Summertime! Hot and humid. Welcome to another edition of Live from the Heartland, and we have a hot show for you today, a real hot show. This is Michael James. I'm here with Katy Hogan and Thom Clark.
Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, good morning. We are glad to have with us a number of people today. We're going to start off with our old friend Kay Stepkin, and she has a new National Vegetarian Museum we're going to talk about. And then we're going to bring up the SAG, Screen Actors Guild Senior Radio Players, Connie Foster, Guy Burrill, and Alma Washington. We're going to do a little...
And Penny Lane.
And Penny Lane, I don't think she's coming on the show.
Oh.
She might. She's their handler today, I think.
Gotcha.
And we are going to hear a little bit of old-time radio and maybe some old-time commercials. And then we are honored to finish off the show with Maurice Mo Better Brown, and he's brought with him a couple of other people. So we're going to have some live music here at the end. So you stay close to the radio, you'll stay close to your computer, however you're doing it. We're worldwide at www.org, and good morning to the two of you.
Hey, Michael, that was
How was your
good.
week, Michael?
I had a great week. I've been in the pool, I've been in the gym, I've been working on my books, I've been at some political meetings, I've been following the news. The White Sox have lost a lot of games in a row. The Cubs were doing pretty well. They both were both ahead yesterday, and they both lost. We're a two-team town. We're a two-newspaper town. We've got a lot going for us here in Chicago.
Except they both need bullpens.
Well, now the Sox do. They used to have some, but they traded them off. Katie's had enough baseball.
County layoffs cause an uproar between Dart, our good friend, and President Preckwinkle all over the sugared beverages tax. I think it's a fine tax. I mean, as taxes go, why not? It's bad for you.
Yeah, I think we should penalize all the people who do bad in the world.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
someone
good
who's-
luck with that.
Charged 13.25% sales tax for buying sparkling water the
Yeah,
other day.
that kind of sucks.
And that's before the soda tax takes effect.
Where-
It's a strange tax, and while I support the health aspects of it, and of course that probably contributed to fewer of us smoking tobacco because of that generation-long campaign, I don't think the county president has sold this very well.
No,
She's
evidently
under a
not.
lot of heat for it,
Big time.
and clearly has decided to pick on the sheriff's department as a main target, even though there are other layoffs besides the sheriff's department.
Well,
So
they have started the layoffs, so
it is quite a Donnybrook.
That really upset me to see the two of them going at it in public. I guess that's the way it is, but you know, we've always
you're
liked.
such a sensitive dude, Michael.
I like both of them.
I threw you off
Anyhow.
there, didn't I?
Anyhow, yeah, you did. Anyhow,
I wouldn't mind if she would pay that kind of attention to Burials, one of her mentors.
yeah, well,
because,
we're disappointed that she likes Barrio so much, but this
Okay,
is
I'm-
not a swell.
I'm moving us to the state where there's other really terrible news. We got Ronner's frenzied
Terrible.
march to the right. What do
How
you
their
do?
marriage will survive, I don't know, because he's so anti-kid and anti-woman at this point. I mean, it's just, he's not even trying to hide it.
Well, you're actually talking about his actual marriage.
His actual
Oh,
marriage,
I
yes.
thought you were maybe talking about somebody he just
I mean, his
hired.
wife runs the Onset Prevention Fund.
I know.
And part of the lawsuit to try to get state funding released. And now we have this march to the right, and he's just digging in, I guess, because I suspect, depending on what happens in the Democratic primary, this is going to be one of the toughest Republican governor seats to hang on to. 'Cause
Well-
this guy's
Well, we
just
certainly
terrible.
hope so.
Certainly hope so is right. I think, who was it? Was it you who posted the Iowa farm cartoonist? Who's a longtime Iowa farm cartoonist in Orez.com, who he himself is from farm family. Or
Yes, he
farm-
is.
Yeah. And it's two farmers hanging over a fence, you know, the way farmers do. I wish there was more profit in farming, said one. The other guy said, there is. In year 2015, the CEOs of Monsanto, DuPont Pioneer, John Deere combined made more money than 2,129 Iowa farmers. And he got fired. Yeah. So, America, you gotta still be America. People have to have their First Amendment rights. And cartoons, come on. Who did the firing, do we know?
The editor of this magazine, newsletter, newspaper, which I know is carefully covered in farm country.
Yeah.
It's read like the Bible, like we might read the Tribune or the Sun-Times. And it's very sad because it shows, once again, that this new regime has just given a lot of permission for people to act out. And First Amendment or whatever gets tossed out the window.
Creeping censorship, we call it.
creepy and authoritarianism is what we call it.
Creepy in general.
There you go.
On the home front, we have Rom caught up in another sleight of hand and opaqueness. The fuzzy sweater guy has once again shown his inability to be transparent about anything. This is one that could really hurt him as much as the Laquan video being withheld, I think, because he's taken money from schools, already channeled it through a controversial project, McCormick Place, which of course, this is really the DePaul Stadium.
Yeah.
This is not the hotel. They did a switcheroo so DePaul could escape the heat they were getting from alums and others by using tip money to build a new basketball stadium. So it's been diverted onto the McCormick Hotel, except all the money went to Navy Pier instead. And some slum and blighted district, huh? At the same time, we're just closing
like-
Well,
school.
it's great that it got discovered.
Well, the BGA deserves a lot of credit, and Crane's published, and we're going to be hearing a lot more about this, including the impact on how these things actually get planned and studied. We'll talk at a later point, maybe have one needed on the air. This is kicked up along with a plan for new design of North Lake Shore Drive about just how our lakefront does get planned. Because there's this rush on to give away public lands to the Obama Library and a golf course. And it's a real rush. They want to make decisions by November.
Yeah, that's baloney.
Yeah, so there's
I don't
disparity
care. I
between
love
the
Obama, but I hate that.
disparity between the plans for the north side of Lakeshore Drive and what's going on the south side. So
So
we've
we're
got a
gonna,
lot of interesting topics going to be coming up on Live from the
we're gonna
Heartland.
look closer at that at a future show. Right now, you should know that today is the Disability Pride Parade. It kicks off at 401 South Plymouth Court, 10 a.m. with Access Living, and parades up Dearborn to Daly Plaza. I just wanted to say goodbye, Sean Spicer. Hello, gangster-looking dude who replaced him. I wonder what Saturday Night Live will come up with to play Scaramucci.
Well, I think they ought to bring Spicer on to play Melissa McCarthy
I think they. I
and
think
let him go off on Trump.
that
We'll
would
see
be
if
very
he
much
will.
fun.
Drone
see if he
podium
will.
and all.
Actually, I think Melissa could do Scaramucci too.
I think she probably could.
Yeah,
I'm tuning in tonight. See what happens.
absolutely. We're feeling hard. Our hearts for our neighbors to the north, including Paul and Mary Wozniak, are friends of the show who live in Algonquin. Our neighbors up there are once again underwater, seriously underwater, and these climate change weather patterns are something that people are still struggling through and will for a while. And let's just not forget that that's what it comes from.
And we're learning what floodplains and wetlands were really all about. And to the extent that our urban sprawl has built too close or on those, we're now feeling the impact of that. And that's not to take away from feeling sympathy for the folks with flooded
No,
basements
right.
or parks and schools that are worried about opening on time because they have so much cleanup to do. But we can see, and I think it's appropriate to look at it as climate change issue. I can't remember a wetter July after a very wet spring, and this is a particular impact I think we're feeling here in the Midwest.
So let's kick this show off. We've got some music to introduce our first guest, Kay Stepkin, and we'll hear from Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Oh,